Hello, fellow humans. I wrote down the title or the theme for this video yesterday, which is good because today I didn't wake up as my normal optimistic, cheery, ready for the world self. And it's 11:44. I see that synchronicity a lot. 11:44 and 1:44. But the theme was allow, accept, and release because this is Uprising video number 10. What I got at the time that I got the message is sometimes you don't have much hope. You're not in a bright, sunny position or spot. You don't even have a pot to piss in in some cases. But the beauty of this whole thing is kind of like that mustard seed of faith. Like all you need is a spark to create an explosion, right? But this is not you even saying that you have faith or any of that stuff. This is you saying, I'll allow it. Show me something different. Accept what you're shown and release what needs to be released. So I didn't realize. Remember, I had been doing my affirmations and all that stuff, right? I ran out of my cortisol pills and I had to handle some alternate financial obligations. So I didn't get to get my cortisol pills again. So here we go again. And I'm waking up feeling like a starting truck like this. Like, oh my gosh. I thought all my nerve stuff was done, right? But no, the situation that occurred with me handling everything re-triggered like all the stuff that was stuck in my system. Now, did everything work out? Everything worked out fine. But the, should I say, triggering of the old stuff that was still in my system really had me jacked up. Now, I believe that me having a routine that was based upon that allowance that I was just talking about, see, it's on here from yesterday, uh, made the difference because I still got up and did my affirmations, even shaking, like my meditation and all the stuff I had to do, even when I was panicking and freaking out, like there was no way I was going to be able to get done what needed to be done in the time that I was given to do it. I was preparing myself for the worst internally just because there have been so many times when I was like, God got it. And it did not go the way that I thought that God would handle it at all. So I was preparing myself for the worst. So when everything was like just happening for me out of nowhere, I realized, hold on. It only happened because for the last, what's this, like two months, however long we've been doing this program, I've been rooting my subconscious in the affirmations and all the other stuff. So even when I have these dark moments where I'm not locked into that now, I still left the space for the universe to work. So you could be like, man, I ain't got no faith in this. This is not gonna work out. Whatever. But if something come along, I'll allow it. That little bit of energy, that space is how you allow the universe to work for you, right? The acceptance part, I'm still working on. I'm like, what does that mean in this message? You gotta accept what you were being showed. So I guess maybe in my case, I've been given all this time to heal nervous system stuff that I did not realize was as bad as it was. Just because I think I know undiagnosedly I have complex PTSD. Like I have lived in more than 20 places and none of them were like planned moves. I've been literally moving since I was 2 years old. My mom's still moving. She's been moving since 19, just like a pattern that I want to break. And this situation that shook me the fuck up was about an unexpected move or possible unexpected move. So permission to see your loops Permission to see where you aren't free. That comes along with the allowance. It's like the universe wants to show you the pattern that you aren't getting, that you keep ending up in, that is making you say fuck everything so that you can release it. See, I'm getting led to this one too, because I told y'all today I woke up a little, I'm hearing jaded. Let me get the exact definition of jaded. Because I have been on a, I don't know what, saying like I don't, one of them days, jaded, tired, bored, or lacking enthusiasm, typically after having had too much of something. Huh. So since 2018, the life I had slowly fell apart to make for or make room for this whole life I have here. Now I'm still kind of confused. Like, okay, I'm helping people from here. The wedding photography road ended. In this case, I do these readings for people all the time. They come back and tell me I'm right, except for when it has to do with relationship stuff. That is also taking a toll on me. To see that you had a contract with somebody in a design that was meant for you got two to get together. And then when you get together, that person hasn't done all the work that needs to be done before they get to you. So you end up like, I just knew this was my person. Or you end up like not trying to let them go because you're like, I know this is my person. But yeah, honey, your person avoided the work or the lessons that they were supposed to clear up with every other person before you. So now that they got to you, they're still like static in the connection. Y'all aren't vibing at the same thing. So now the system has to reroute and find another match, like a doppelganger that is ready to receive what you have to give. Because trying to give love to somebody who is not prepared to receive it or open to receive it is like throwing all your juju at a brick wall. So this is gonna be the weirdest video I've done because I'm like, I have all these things that I've done for other people, events, stuff that has nothing to do with me that I predict. Even some stuff that was supposed to happen in my life. But then there's like this main area that was supposed to be a big part of my lore of the whole reason why I'm not a wedding photographer and all that stuff anymore. And I see signs about it all the time, but I never see anything in the physical. If anything, that would be where the jade is coming from. Like, I don't want to see any more signs about it. I don't want, like, let me know what I'm doing next. And then every time I try to log into what I'm doing next, it comes back to this is the contract you had. Well, my contract, that particular one was reliant upon somebody else. It has been almost three going in. This will be going into the third year since I did my part, and there are no smoke signals in the sky. So it feels disrespectful for me to say that my faith is wavering. Because even like it's been 4 years of me doing all this apocalypse stuff. Now, when every now and then I happen to see a news headline or something, I'm like, well, that's on schedule. There even some, this year's about to be crazy. Wait till inauguration day, guys. But I feel like I'm sitting on my hands, like waiting for stuff like I'm supposed to be doing something else other than this. So I am having in this moment to accept the allow thing for myself. I don't trust the synchronicities that come to me anymore. And all that just made me so sad. Shit. Damn it. I think that goes along with the allowance too. Like you have to realize what's causing the block to what you're doing going forward. Like I didn't even know I felt that deeply about it until it just hit my chest. Like, no, I see signs and messages and stuff all the time. And I'm like, somebody's psychically playing with me or something. Like, just like get out my energy. This is gross. Like, Now, damn it, do I have to keep this video for myself? So, guys, y'all are not going through this alone. On this uprising thing, it seems like in order to level up every level, you got to see what blocks are in the way. And in this case, my mind is really leaning towards like, hey, can I just not have any missions that involve me helping other people again? That would be most excellent if I could just do it as like a blanket thing here. Because I'm starting to feel like the only way I can like get through this or win this game is if I just like isolate forever and make this my permanent thing. Humans are quite disappointing. I mean, all of us can be disappointing at sometimes, right? So with allow, accept, release, I'm gonna say I know what I'm working on. That's all I can control. I have to rock with the blocks and the removing of them as they come up. I don't fully understand the process. What happens when you have something that you're supposed to be doing and like the rest of the team falls off? I'm being honest, I kind of feel like a useless gadget, if you will. And damn it, I wish this would stop. uh, so I'm just gonna pour my energy into work and I'm gonna keep up all the stuff I've been doing. Because the worst thing you could do is to stop just because there are some things that have deterred you or threw you off or shaken you up, even literally. So, sorry guys. Uh, this is probably a good time to review what you wrote down during the first week to remember what you were moving towards. Because all of the stuff that you were being forced to face or to deal with after that time are to show you where you're not free still. So sometimes you're not going to have an answer right away. Sometimes you don't get the answer till afterwards, like, got it. And most of the time, it's like, oh, I see you were protecting me for something, or I see something had to happen first. There's always going to be some culmination or closure when you allow. Allowing is you just saying, I am open to receive this information, to receive the truth most of the time. The acceptance is the hardest part. Because then you got to be like, oh, bet. And then let it go and be okay. Like everybody's stuck in this game together. And not everybody is going to move up. That's why we get stuck in reincarnation cycles. Some lives you don't get it. So, what an odd video, right? What was the purpose of me doing this? I feel set up because that emotion thing really like it hit me. I felt my whole chest like go. I take my relationship with God and all this stuff like super serious. Even when I was little, I was so annoying. I'd always be doing like little studies, and in high school, I'd be the one walking around my book and only listen. My book was the Bible, but only listening to gospel music. And all my friends would think I was the lame one. They would go out of their way, like, "Hey, hit a blunt, like do anything. Like it'd be fun to try to make Aisha do something. Like, look, she won't even do the shit. She'll just sit here." And that was my character. I am I don't want to say approved because I'm actually sort of perverted. I'm like, y'all hear my jokes most of the time. But my loyalty to the thing that has kept me this whole time runs deep. So when that system is being exploited or the usual way that I get my signs and messages is being tampered with in some way, shape, or form, it really messes with me because like my God, my relationship with God is like the area where it's supposed to be sacred. You dig? I do not understand what's going on in my lore at all. But I do have a very human plan for what I want to do if I block out all of the messages I got, all the information I have about what's coming up on this place, and a system every day to ground myself in so that I can focus on that. And sometimes that's all you can do is manage what you're doing in the now and the present. You can't change the future. You can't change the past, but you can work through every moment now, every moment presently. So what was the purpose of this video, this message? Somebody else might feel like I do. Shit, y'all need to see I'm a real person too. I got a lot of answers, but like, them answers, like, we still got to go through the process. I can tell you exactly why something happened. Sorry, my nose. But it's still going to hurt. So, right before I got on here, I did a Reiki session for releasing stagnant patterns. The message I just got, letting go, right? Which is the last step for clearing blockages. Holding your soul is a heart wound, a core wound created in childhood through loneliness, right? Then alchemy, taking that pain and turning it into something else. This is how you get out of the cycles of victim consciousness that, of course, were created during childhood. So there's somebody else out there who's having the exact same problem I'm having, multiple people in different flavors, of not understanding why certain things are the way they are or haven't panned out or just whatever. And this has nothing to do with New Year's, but I'm going to say give yourself a clean slate. And I think like this is coming through, making me feel a little bit better. Give yourself a clean slate. Pretend there was nothing before this and nothing after it. Can I say nothing after it? I'm like, hold on. This is deathly. But you already made a plan for what you wanted to do for yourself. That is the only thing you need to focus on right now. Take the baby steps through it. Like you can turn your face toward the sun now. Whatever was before, don't even factor it in. You can mess yourself up thinking about all the times it failed when you were about to approach the time that it was successful. That's absolutely what I learned when I was freaking out about all the stuff I had to handle. And I just like kept in prayer and it all worked out. But afterwards, it still felt very, you know, when you're in survival mode and then you get to the place where you're finally safe, but you still feel like that's the vibration I was perpetually living in for a long time. So having that re-triggered really fucked me up. So now every day, even though I am now going to have to actively make choices that change the situation I'm in, because the present is what needs to be focused on. Already writ out, can I say writ out? Already wrote out the future for what you wanted. We've been doing that for 9 weeks now, working through those parts. It seems like the climb gets harder as you get to the top. We got 2 more weeks in this. And all we've been doing for the last few weeks doing this uprising thing is moving to the vibration where it's possible for what you wanted to manifest from week 1, week 2. And then after that, a straight building. But all the blocks have to come up during that process. What I most painfully realized through all of this, I was still trying to build stuff based upon what I thought I wanted, or to include things or people that were not a part of the future storyline in this. And I had to see why they were not meant to be included any painful way. Having people you can rely on to do their part when you're doing something is important. I feel like they're little like sneaky saboteurs in your life, just around you. Say, because I share a lot of my personal stuff with you guys. For instance, you've been planning to go on a trip for a while. You're excited. The date finally comes. The person who was supposed to watch your kid is like, "Oh, sorry, something came up. I got sick. I can't even do it." Little stuff like that builds until you feel like. But if you had taken note of, and other times the same person or individual being flaky, and held them accountable in your roster, you don't have to cuss everybody out or say you're a flaky person. No, you can make the note in your head and put them where they belong in your life. You got to categorize people in the right place. I have been miscategorizing people, and it's thrown off my algorithm to where I needed to be. Now, was the situation handled? Yes, but it's because I'm blessed. And you got to realize sometimes the other people are around you for your blessing, for your anointing. They are manifesting off of your juju or just enjoying their life based on what you have. But that's pulling or taking away from your energy. Get them squares up out your circle. Not everybody's there for you, but they're there for what you can do or what God is doing for you. And there are some doors that God will not allow you to go through with that person. So before you even get to that place, if you are at a brick wall, like I was just saying, it's coming together now, and I feel you, God. You can't get through this checkpoint with that person. You done came to the club and you're the VIP, and he's like, "Who is that with you? I'm sorry, baby, this ain't a plus one thing." So everything will start to put you in the position to realize why your manifestation or why what you're trying to do is being met with pause. Allow. Allow yourself to know the truth, accept the truth, and release what is blocking you. Because the one thing I can guarantee is when you write something down, it can happen. Some variation of it will happen. I have been given lots of stories, lots of things through my personal experience, not reading. No, this is me out here in these streets seeing things happen. But man, one person and their off energy and their off lifestyle, or they're just intermingling with you, can make you question your whole existence. Like, what am I even doing anymore? And it's a very, very sad thing to be in that space. So make sure you have absolutely a routine in place that connects you and grounds you on a daily basis, that cleans out your energy. I have to do a cleanse in the morning and a cleanse at night. For the last 4 days, it's been especially hard, but it's the person I share a house with that's been obsessed with baddies. Like, so I just have to hear people fighting, arguing, and I'm very sensitive to energy. Like, literally, I'll be having to cover my ears or my crown. Even when I don't want to listen to music, I'll be listening to like rain sounds or waves and stuff just to block out that negative energy. But I fear that regardless, it is still taking a toll on my, because I just woke up today feeling irritated and annoyed, particularly with that person. Like, I don't want him around. Ew. Like, I'm over here trying to listen to meditations, and he's over here listening to "Shut the fuck up, bitch" for 5 hours in a row. We are not on the same path. Now, have I known that for a while? Yes. But I was not actively making the changes. I was still trying to build my manifestation, ignoring that there was a big, like, log in the middle of the house I was building. Like, no, 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 that log will just get moved after we create the foundation and stuff. I am hearing in this moment, that's not how this works, sweetie. So therefore, the letting go card. So I'm going to try something different this time for myself. And just say, do your will. There's been a lot of stuff I don't understand lately. I understand enough of how the system works for me to say I trust that source, the Most High above, that has helped me out of countless situations and gave me many, many things. that I deeply enjoy for myself, who can see the game from the very top, can handle all the things I can't see. I just focus on handling me and where my attention needs to be right now. Like, dear God, please block any distractions, any outside influences that are trying to deter me from my path and what you have put on my heart to do, until you put me into a different position to do it on the scale with which I've been sensing you would like me to do this thing. Please give me patience while I am being prepared for what you have me on this planet for. Bottom line, when you can't do anything, you can pray and you can say, take the wheel. And sometimes that's enough. Keep your head up, guys. You see, this place gets me down too. Y'all have a good day.